500,000 cats and dogs neutered.
500,000 dogs and cats.
500,000 animals.
500,000 animals sterilised since 2003.
Thailand is a country that's home to millions of stray animals. Soy Dog Foundation is changing the future for them.
Directly treating more stray animals than any other organisation on the planet.
Soy Dog Foundation is on a mission to end the suffering of animals in Asia through rescue, treatment and sterilisation.
The Soy Dog Foundation has reached its milestone of vaccinating and neutering over 500,000 dogs and cats in Thailand.
Saving the birth of so many unwanted puppies and kittens.
Which has prevented them from a life on the streets of hardship.
I firmly believe that the only way we can control stray dogs here both in Thailand, in Asia and the rest of the world is by sterilisation, large-scale sterilisation and education.
We want the Bangkok to be the first province without the homeless animal, that especially dog and cat. That our aim.
You know, none of the other projects we have are sterilising that amount of dogs, but none of them are tackling a city the size of Bangkok either.
It's certainly the largest CNVR project that I've had the pleasure to work with.
Hello there, this is John at the Jildari Sanctuary here in Phuket, Thailand, and I'm here to introduce this video which is celebrating the amazing achievement of Soy Dog having sterilised over 500,000 animals since we started back in 2003. As I'm sure you know, Jill and I retired here in 2003 and we joined up with Margot Homburg and started sterilising some of the 70,000 estimated stray dogs that were living here at the time. Dogs that were living in appalling conditions, were skeletal, covered in mange, hanging around every street corner in every street. A horrible sight, and we knew we needed to do something about it. Of course, in the beginning it was slow. In the last 4 months of 2003, which is when we started, and the whole of 2004, we managed to achieve just over 1,400 sterilisations. A far cry from today, but you have to start somewhere. In those days, Jill, Margot and myself, we were the dog catchers and the nurses, and we would get, whenever possible, volunteer vets from overseas. And we'd hold these clinics, generally in schools, in temples, sometimes even in a marquee, and one occasion even Margot's front room. At other times we would take dogs to local vets such as Dr. Sushon and Dr. Tritep, who supported us, and mainly the cost of all this were carried out from our own pockets in those days. Today, of course, things have changed. Today, as you hear, we've now sterilised 500,000 since we started. But the amazing thing about that, I think, is probably that nearly 250,000 of those have happened in the last 2 years alone. Most of our sterilisation now is done elsewhere in Thailand. We still sterilise in Phuket because sadly people still bring dogs and sterilise onto the island. And there are people who own dogs that still dump puppies who won't have their dogs sterilised. But by and large, the problem here is over. We have 6 teams, mobile teams, as well as a full-time clinic operating in Bangkok. That's with grateful thanks to Dogs Trust.
So Dogs Trust Worldwide is an affiliate of Dogs Trust, the UK's largest dog welfare charity. Dogs Trust Worldwide was set up in 2016, essentially so we could try and further develop our international work. We've been working for quite a while supporting organisations around the world. Dogs Trust Worldwide runs a number of programmes, but our main programme is our international grants programme. So we provide grants from very small amounts up to very large amounts, which is what we support Soy Dog with. We knew that Soy Dog could deliver high numbers, and we knew that they could do it well, you know, to a good level. They also, you know, it's a very well-run charity. In Bangkok, it was obviously a large amount of dogs in a much bigger project than Phuket. So you're going up into, you know, a massive city, and I'm not aware of anyone who's attempted to sterilise the dogs in that number of dogs in a city of that size.
First year, we can do sterilization only 4,000. Team 2 start in March 2017, and Team 3 start in August same year. In 2018, we can do around 27,000 due to we have Team 4 already. And last two team, Team 5, Team 6 start in 2019. We have the number of 2019 around 45,000 for a year. Now we have 60 staff of the CNVR project in Bangkok.
Our mobile team will have the member nine members. We have 4 dog catchers, 3 nurses and 2 vets. We usually do about 40 to 50 dogs per day. And today we are at temple in Nakhon Chai Si in Nakhon Pathom province.
Some of these dogs, those that we go catch, is very difficult to catch. Sometimes we take like 2 hours sitting up on the tree or 2 hours sitting inside a car with all the windows closed with blankets and curtains, and we just wait out for hours waiting for the dog to come out. But the funny thing is, once they get sterilized, they're very friendly, much friendlier. So thanks to Soy Dog and Soy Dog's supporters, so many dogs get fixed.
Soy Dog have done a very professional job at collecting data as they've gone along, and we can learn a lot from that. I support them to set up their monitoring systems, to analyse their data, and then the most important bit, which is that you get to learn what the data shows you and use it to adapt your intervention to become ever more impactful. So to use its technical term, it's an evidence-based adaptive management. I would like to emphasise, and I've been very impressed with, is that they've had excellent veterinary standards.
Our vet have well trained to do this process. We do very small surgical wound and specific technique that we have no outside stitch. So when the dog came to do sterilization with us, they don't have to remove stitch.
I guess our hypothesis is that as the dogs have been sterilised, they're not producing the same breeding behaviours, which can be a real pain for people. And so as they become a little bit calmer, they're not getting females in heat and large packs of males chasing females. They become a lot more relaxed with those dogs. You don't get maternal aggression where you have females protecting their puppies. So they become easier to live with. So I'm expecting that we will have some perception showing that people are less troubled by the dogs, and I suspect they then tend to maybe be more generous in their feeding as well.
It shows the body condition score is look better, and the lifetime of the animal is look long, more than 5 or 4 years ago.
I sure that they are improving in welfare.
That seems to have been going on in Bangkok over the past few years is the feeding of dogs. So when I've been there working with the soy dog team in Bangkok, I see a lot of feeding going on. So people are bringing leftover food, sometimes quite high quality leftover food, to feed to the roaming dogs, which I think has always been a part of Thai culture, part of giving merit, accepted or a more commonplace practice in Bangkok over the last few years. I think some of that is probably to do with the fact that the dogs are behaving more calmly because they're not breeding anymore. That would be part of the picture. With higher quality food by local communities, they may well be living longer, which indicates they have better welfare. Now, interesting from a numbers perspective, that means that the dog population decline may not be as fast as you would initially have thought it would be.
Decreasing in numbers maybe is a two sides of coin, because if we do the sterilization to the stray dog, right, and the welfare of the dog improve, they also get more lifespan. So maybe we not clearly see decrease in number because of this reason.
It's many factors about this. Maybe the people learning about caring dog like a feeder. People in the community, they maybe didn't have the knowledge more than only feeding. Maybe they can carry. First aid, take them to do the vaccine, annual vaccine. So, and they have our CNVR project as well. So everything can make them better animal welfare on the street. The DLD, the main part of them is control the situation of the rabies.
So there's a significant government effort to vaccinate owned dogs, which is important. But what Soy Dog have done through the CNVR is to access those dogs that are missed by government projects and vaccinate the roaming dogs. Thailand's done a very good job at rabies control over the last few decades, in fact, but there is rabies in the Greater Bangkok area, and especially in the early days of the CNVR project, we could see that there was rabies present actually in Bangkok city and in the surrounding areas, and we are seeing a reduction in those rabies numbers.
All the government agencies agree with our CNVR project is the sustainable solution.
It's going to be long enough to probably keep the population from reducing significantly, at least in the first maybe 5 years, and then we'll start to see a faster reduction.
Next year, we plan to have the education team here in Bangkok. I think it's a good point because we can educate people. We can educate about the concept of the CNVR idea to the government, West School, university, even other NGOs as well.
We also have 2 other teams operating in Phang Nga currently and in Nakhon Si Thammarat. They travel around the south of the country. We're supporting projects, for more projects in Greater Bangkok region and other provinces surrounding, including Pattaya, and next year we'll be supporting a project in Chiang Mai, and indeed we'll be employing during the year a further 2 mobile teams to operate in the south of the country.
CNVR project is a project that cooperates with the Dog Trust Worldwide and Soy Dog. And the budget for running this project is come from donation only.
Change easier for the people who face these stray dog issues, and some people that have the idea to concern about it also open and welcome for us.
When we growing up, we can improve men's animal welfare more and more, help the society of the human and animal more. This is the point. And we will keep going for do this, for helping the stray dog in Bangkok.
It's the only compassionate and the only humane way of dealing with any stray animal population. And certainly, Soy Dog Foundation leads the world in this.
Congratulations, John. You're doing such wonderful work.
Many congratulations to John Daly and the wonderful team at Soy Dog Foundation.
So everyone who involved this, I would like to say thank you. Not only the Soy Dog staff, but many stakeholders like government, other NGO that cooperate with us, and people, local people, community that understand about our concept.
Thank you so much for everything you do for us. We can't do it without you. As I often say, we can only do as much as the funds we receive, and you have enabled us to do this. And we want to continue to expand the numbers. So again, thank you for your help. It's an amazing achievement.